Food is fuel first and mouth pleasure second. You're overcomplicating food, and you're probably overcomplicating health as a whole. You don't need a fad diet, you don't need a super restrictive meal plan, and you don't need to count calories. You need to look at food for what it actually is. It's fuel. I love food just as much as the next guy, and with super stimulating food all over the place at affordable prices, it's easy to indulge. But you have to have a certain level of discipline when it comes to your diet. If you eat real whole foods most of the time and move your body regularly, you're going to be in great shape, inside and out. But before you think about what you're going to look like, you need to understand that health is the ultimate goal. What good is having 9% body fat if you feel like absolute shit? Does it really matter if you're ripped and jacked but your body is a mess on the inside? And you need to understand that it's not black or white, it's not ones and zeros. There's a grey area. You don't have to cut out everything that you enjoy and live on broccoli. You can enjoy a slice of cake when the occasion presents itself. Everything in moderation. But if you're pursuing peak mouth pleasure all the time, you have a mindset akin to that of an addict. You can be addicted to food. It can lead to very impulsive behavior when it comes to your diet. You have to discipline yourself. Back when I was a religious gym bro, the biggest I've been, I was also my unhealthiest version. I'm not saying there's a correlation between health and bodybuilding, not at all. But for me at the time, my goal was to purely look good. I didn't really care what my diet consisted of, because on the outside, I looked like Hercules. It gave me the illusion of health. I was addicted to sugar, eating everything in sight, and never giving my digestive system a chance to rest. I went through phases of being super strict, trying diets, calorie counting, but my why behind all of this was a superficial one. I just wanted to look good. And as long as that was the case, I thought I was doing the right thing, so I didn't care what I ate. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't stupid. I was fully aware of what a healthy diet looked like. And when I look back, I ate good food most of the time. But when you eat a healthy meal and then throw down some chocolate, some Haribos, some Doritos, a carton of liquid sugar afterwards, it's not exactly what a healthy diet should consist of. All because health was not my first priority. When you stop and think about it, food is simple. All you have to do is make sure that the majority of your diet consists of real, nutrient-dense whole foods. And then allow yourself to enjoy some super stimulating mouth pleasure when the moment presents itself. You'll hear more about that when I talk about that 80-20 rule. When you do decide to have that slice of cake, don't feel guilty. Enjoy it. If it's what you want, enjoy it, and then get back on track. Food has become so convenient that you can have any style of food that you want all of the time. It's kind of crazy. Your body is so accustomed to processing the food that you continuously throw in your mouth that the thought of not eating for a day baffles people. But fasting, abstaining from food, is one of the healthiest things you can do for your body. The word breakfast comes from the idea of breaking your fast. And believe it or not, people haven't always eaten first thing in the morning. They haven't even always eaten 3 meals a day. But if everyone believes that you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day, it inevitably leads to more food being consumed, which is great for the people supplying it. Intermittent fasting. I myself have personally been intermittent fasting for at least 5 years. It's so ingrained into my life that I don't actually know when I started. The main reason is that it fits in with my life perfectly. I don't have to prepare food in the morning. I eat my first meal at lunch. It means I can get more done. Your body is a finely tuned machine. You don't need to eat 3 meals a day. Your body performs so much better when it isn't constantly full up with food. If the thought of something as simple as skipping breakfast seems hard to you, it's probably because you're always using food to feel good rather than for what it actually is. It's fuel for your body. Here's a basic guide for you to build your intermittent fasting routine from. Remember to experiment and see what feels right. Skipping breakfast is the easiest way to get into an intermittent fasting routine. You can eat your first meal between 12 and 1 p.m. and then you can have your second meal between 7 and 8 p.m. This leaves you with a 6 to 8 hour feeding window, which means you are fasting for 16 to 18 hours, including your sleep. If you enjoy a snack during the day, add in something like fruit or nuts between your meals. This doesn't have to be every single day. It's a guide for you to follow. Eating a bit later at a social gathering, going out for breakfast with your family, it's fine. Embrace it. Don't be the person that neglects the real experiences, the special moments in life, just because you don't want to have a slice of cake, or you don't want to have a burger, or you don't want to have some fries. There's always a healthy option. There's always a healthy alternative. You can still go and not eat, worst case scenario. Implementing some form of fasting into your life will leave you feeling lighter, you'll have more energy, and it will give your digestive system a much needed rest. Your digestive system uses a lot of blood to process food. When there isn't any food to process, that blood is then free to go elsewhere in your body and work its magic. The 80-20 rule. Make sure that a minimum of 80% of your diet is made up of whole foods. This can be fruit and vegetables, meat, fish and eggs, nuts, beans, whole grains. And then you can allow for a maximum of 20% to be filled up with the unhealthier foods that we all know and love. Bread, wraps and pasta, takeaways and fried food, chocolate, sweets, all the good stuff. Your body is incredible. Your body can handle what you throw at it. Just look at people who smoke all day, drink alcohol, eat shit food. They're still alive and kicking. I'm not saying to let yourself off the hook and pursue that sort of lifestyle, but people live long lives with poor health choices. Doesn't mean they feel good though. Doesn't mean they're performing at their optimum. You want to be in full control of what you're putting in your mouth. You want to be in full control of what you're doing to your body. Your body is your temple. You have to care for it. No one's going to care for it for you. But if you make sure that your body is fueled with real whole food most of the time, you're going to live a healthy life. But at the same time, enjoy yourself. Your body is an amazing filtration and detoxification machine. Let yourself indulge when the occasion presents itself. Don't feel guilty. Enjoy every single moment of it and then get back on track. Every human is different. There are some people who will benefit massively from a vegan diet. There are some people who will benefit massively from a carnivore diet. What works for you might not work for someone else. You have to experiment and see what a healthy diet looks like for you. Find healthy food that you like. Find what makes your mind, body, and spirit feel good. Find an eating schedule that fits into your lifestyle. Find healthy alternatives. For example, swap the sweets for a mango. If you give yourself a diet that you don't enjoy, you won't stick to it. And it's important to remember that if your current diet consists of highly processed foods, when you switch over to eating more real food, they're going to taste bland to begin with. You just need to retrain your taste buds. There will be an adjustment period at the start, but I promise you it's worth it. You may need to get yourself a high quality hot sauce to get yourself going. An easy way to make yourself enjoy real whole foods, foods that are healthy for you, is to allow yourself to actually develop real hunger. Don't just eat at a specific time because that's when you were told you're supposed to eat. Eat when you are actually hungry. The takeaway, you have to look at food for what it actually is. It's fuel for your body. Make sure that you're focusing on fueling your body with the right food first. Then you can think about what you can sit back and enjoy. I love food just as much as you do, but if I simply pursued food that brings me the most amount of mouth pleasure all the time, it's going to lead to poor health. Plus, when you eat real food, you feel superhuman. You feel great. And then when you do decide to indulge in some junk food, you really get to see what that food is doing to your mind and your body. You build a better relationship with food as a whole. So drop the chocolate bar and pick up a mango. You'll feel a whole lot better.